And Dixon, what does the endorsement by Pa Ayo Adebanjo, what does it really mean? I mean, we've been seeing him holding press conferences, but this 94-year-old had to leave the comfort of his home to come out there, come to the rally, sat down all through, listening to the message, and eventually, raising Peter Obi's hand. What does this mean, especially in the political capital, Ibadan, of the Southwest, political capital of the Southwest, Ibadan?
Thank you. It is said, declared by the Holy Book, that the old men shall dream dreams, and the young men shall prophesy. Where we are today, there is a need to declare a new nation, and that's what Peter Obi is bringing. As an old man who has sat down to see events unfold and all of that, he has seen from that dreaming perspective that this seemed to be the message. This seemed to be what will make Nigeria become great, what will make Africa come up and take its rightful place. So what you saw Pa Adebanjo do is putting his money where his mouth is. It's not just all about gathering pressmen and talking. This is about his soul. He loves Nigeria. You can't take that away from him. This is an old man who ought to sit back at home and, they come to him to say, like others are, seated at home, like the Pa who handed over to him, You could go to them for blessings. But beyond going for blessings, I'm not saying to you, listen, son, I'm proud of what you're saying. I'm proud of the message. I identify with it. It will be good for Nigeria because whether we like it or not, we have seen our worst state. Nigeria is at its lowest ebb. This is a country that is so blessed with everything you can imagine. Human resource, natural resource, everything you can imagine is here. God didn't make a mistake doing that. Or didn't Nigeria come from God too? Yes, he may have used Lord Lugard to bring us together, but Lord Lugard was created by him. And if God didn't allow it or didn't want Nigeria to come into existence, it wouldn't have come into existence. So the trajectory of our journey to nationhood is what Pa Adebanjo represents, because he knew, of course, he knows where we're coming from. He was there before independence. He was there, he saw the founding fathers, he understood their dream. And here he was, while still alive, seeing a young Nigerian who is passionate, who is committed, who has a clear-cut vision for the greatness of Nigeria. And you think he will not go to the rally?
You can't be calling him a young Nigerian.
He is young compared to the aspirants who are still every day lying about their ages. Those who are in the age of Pa Adebanjo are the ones now running with this young man called Peter Obi. That's the point I'm making.
For the courts to decide.
No, but the truth is that it's
let me come back.
No, hold on, please. We have to, because if we say lying, what are we lying about? If I have dispute about your age, it's your duty to come out and say, this is my age,
but you go to the
this
courts.
is the evidence. No, which court? You're seeking for a public office? You want me to go to the court?
All right, well, let me come back to you.
Come on.
Let's talk about the promises that Peter Obi is bringing to Nigerians. What exactly should Nigerians be holding him to? Apart from the competence and all of that he has been reeling out and all of that, what exactly would you say is that one policy that's going to be different from that of Labour, that of PDP and that of APC, if the Labour Party is given a chance through its presidential candidate?
The one that excites me the most is what he said about gender parity. One of his policies for gender parity, because I'm a woman and I know that there are many women, and when you look at even the INEC, more women and youth have been the ones that have come out to say we're voting, we want to be more involved, we want to be seen. Peter Obi, when he was governor, already had 40%. He showed that women will not be relegated to the background. Even the way he's running the campaign, we haven't been put into groups or into committees that just, for tokenism, let them be there. We're in the race along with him. That for me is all we need to know, that this is a progressive man. This is a man that
promising you 35% or beyond that?
Between 35 and 40, it's better than the 6%, less than 10% that we're doing right now.
Okay, Dixon, what is that one policy that excites you about the Peter Obi statements that he's making, because he's here to bring out a manifesto that you think it's going to make him different from APC or PDP, which will make an average Nigerian want to vote for him?
I love the picture he has painted about the vast land in northern Nigeria and how it will become the new oil of Nigeria. Because that's the truth. This most insecure place, this capital of poverty in the world today, for you to know a man who is on a mission, he's tackling the issue. He wants to tackle poverty. And that very statement about turning that vast land to what it should be.
Vast arable land.
Yes, that is one area that wows me about what he's promising. And you see, the aspect of him also leading from the front. Look at the time that flood almost took over Nigerians. The commander-in-chief was absent. In fact, traveled out of Nigeria.
Told us that even in 2015,
no, excuse me, sir.
Excuse me, sir. Leading as commander-in-chief from the front.
No, this is not a promise.
No,
He's doing it. I'm giving you a picture. I'm
He's
giving you a picture during the flood.
breathing,
Didn't you see him in the front?
Exactly.
He sensitized others who thought that, oh, it was a political game that he was playing. Eventually, they woke up to start going to the flooded areas and all of that. You see, whether we appreciate this moment or not, this is our chance to take back our country, and we will.
Yeah, but the donations, if you compare his own donations to that of Atiku,
it's not about donation. The goodwill he came along with. The goodwill he came along with. You cannot quantify it.
I mean, Tinubu goes to somewhere.
No. You don't throw money at such things. Empathy. You have to feel the people's pulse. You have to understand that the people are in pain. It's not just about throwing money at them.
I cannot be accused at any point in time to have put his hand into government coffers. There are allegations about
Nigerians are
there are allegations about such.
Once they see those who bring more money, they tend to go
that
closer
narrative
to
is
such
changing.
person.
I was at the airport on my way to Ibadan after our craft was, grounded for whatever reasons. You understand? And guess what the people was chanting? With my LP t-shirt and everything, it just made me proud. Yeah. I found myself looking, this is how I felt. I read about John F. Kennedy saying things like, oh, ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. Nigeria is living those words now. Okay. Nigerians are saying, this is what we want to do for our country. We don't want your money. They were chanting it at the airport. Them know they give shishi, we like them like that.
Okay, well, let me bring the issue of the Labour Party itself. It looks like the ship that Obi is inside, selling inside, seems to be vacillating towards, stormy waters here and there. I mean, the Ogun State chapter of the Labour Party calling for the sack of the national chairman, saying that, look, the presidential campaign council of the Labour Party itself is too southernized. You have the presidential candidate coming from the south, DG coming from the south, national chairman coming from the south, secretary of the party coming from the south, and all of that, look, we need to bring northerners into the fray because, look, the votes are also in the north.
The votes are in Nigeria, not in any in any part of Nigeria alone. The votes are in Nigeria. We should stop dividing this country. The votes are both in the south and the north.
Yeah, but
they're Nigerians. No,
there's a fact there that your
it's
party,
a Nigerian election, not a northern election.
Your party
I'm going to respond to that, but I just wanted to correct that impression of this always telling us the votes are in a particular. It is not in any particular place. Every part of Nigeria, that's where the vote stays. That's where the votes are. Now, having said that, I'm glad that this Labour Party is now being dragged like this. This is that Labour Party that nobody cared about. I'm excited that politicians are excited to come in. And what you don't even know is that the Obiedient movement is beyond Labour Party. You can see chieftains of APC, the former secretary to the government of the Federation and the likes of them, chieftains of PDP, yes, and chieftains of PDP also supporting this. This is beyond party. So
but
I can assure you, hold on.
In order.
The party is in order. The Labour Party is the most coordinated political party today in Nigeria. The most focused political party in Nigeria today is the Labour Party. The party is in order. All these skirmishes that you're hearing here and there is simply from the detractors, and we're not distracted. Be rest assured that politicians will play politics. Everybody has seen that this is just about to happen. And I want to be caught, I want to be captured as having contributed my quota.
Do you think that this is being sponsored from outside? Do you think that maybe there are some sellouts in your party?
No. We don't bring in any. No. I can assure you.
Or you think these are internal issues that your party's presidential candidate can help solve? No, because people are saying that Peter Obi should show leadership.
He has shown leadership. That's why I've said. That's why I said that all these negative angles that you're bringing, you ask yourself, from where? From where? The camp of the enemy is not sleeping.
Well,
but we are very aware
there are no enemies in politics, political opponents.
No. At this moment, everybody should realize that this is not an easy thing. We want to take power from people who have held Nigeria down. You think it's going to be easy? They will fight with dirty narratives and all sorts of hooked up stories.
Now, let's talk about young people. When you go out with Peter Obi around the country during these rallies, young boys and girls, what sort of inspiration do you think he's passing across to them? And do you also see that from other opposition parties when they are going out there campaigning to the same group of people? Because let's just leave it there. The reality is that most people move from one campaign ground to another campaign ground, irrespective of the political parties.
And as they're moving, I'm hoping that they are educated and they can generally and genuinely connect with the person who is speaking truthfully to them, to the person who is actually saying to them, look, I'm here to serve. I'm running for presidency through you. Those are inspirational words. It's not people who tell you if they ask for change, forgetting that at some point in time, his party sold us the promise of change. And he said, if you ask for change, then tell them to shut up. There's a problem there. So the Nigerian youth are watching. They've been educating themselves, and they're quite excited to be part of what Peter Obi and Yusuf Dirty Baba Ahmed bring to the table.
Okay, well, thank you so much. Nana Kazauro is